Greetings and salutations. Today's topic: validation. Validation. Validation for the right cause, for the right kind of validation. Is it right to seek those validation, or is it wrong? What else determines to what that validations are you going for? Validation is a making yourself matter, to make I know you, I value you, seeking the value of a person. The self. The self. In what context why do I even bring this up? Because apparently there's people out there that seeks way too much validation to the point of their own depression comes to depression, to negative emotions, seeking validations for the wrong reasons. Example: favorite streamer is doing their thing, and they're just doing the thing and they have too much in the chat, and you over there spending quite a bit of money to get noticed. Notice me, senpai! You spent about $30 to $100 determines just to get you 3 seconds of fame. It's not valid. Invalid validation. The trick is not those are the ones who trying to find noticed of someone that's big and popular. Rather, it's through a stardom. It's only a one-way thing. You're just paying them. They're entertainers. They're meant to be that way. You need something of validation, of more of a sort of kinship, friendship would be one, but so it's basically something that relates. Like if you just talk to an everyday person, like the local bagger that's in your grocery store, they validate you because they handle and care for your clothes, your groceries. But it's like, yeah, it's not the right validation that you want, but it's a validation that's probably a bit more down to earth. You want to seek validation leveled, not too low, not too high. You don't want to tilt the scale. A validation of a two-way street is a lot better. And that's what towards the friendship towards validations. They're basically an ongoing relationship. They two-way street. You validate them, they validate you. I mean, the one-way street, it's a dead end. It's like, let's go back to the streamer scenario. Here's your $10, $20 just for the 3 seconds of whatever acknowledgement. And for what? That one's reached. That's just that one way. Unless you keep on giving your money and you have lots of money. Or, my favorite, validation that ended and expired. It's like you're seeking the validation, and you once was buddies, and then for some reason they end up branching off to their own path, and you're trying to reach that, but they are unreachable, untameable. You have to be on equal footing to equal and equates a shared validation, a validation that can relate. Some people just live in planet Mars while you're in Pluto or whatever planet, but I think you get the point. You don't want validation that's too far out in the distance to be achieved. Some validations are achievable, but you gotta work for it. Like if you, for some reason, if that favorite streamer is your friend, what kind of friend? What kind of validation are you getting out of that? You're not close buddies. You're not childhood friendship. It's just you can move too fast, and it's not the validation they want, and they just shove you away and push you away. And guess what? It can all be for nothing. All because you read the room wrong, or you read their validation wrong. Yes, reading other people of their own validation. It is important that you know the person. You have to get to know the people to actually get validated, right? I mean, it's like, I like trains. It was like the other person would be like, oh, neat. They don't have no general interest in you. So it's like they validate and just say, okay, cool. But that's only a few moments of that. Now, a validation that's more down to earth is further connections. A further connections of the other person to actually have the general interest of the trains. It's like, oh, I like trains. Like, oh, really? What kind of train? Oh, I definitely like the blue one. I like the steam engine. I actually like those hand trolleys. Gets a good workout. Work out the glutes. Now, which one sounds better? Neat! Or the conversation of that particular topic? What sounds better? Which validation do you want? I take the compensation, you know, someone that you can actually further deepen the bond. Then you both have your validations together and further build a friendship. I mean, some people would say, oh, yeah, just make it building validation is basically friendship. Yes, but no. Sometimes you're going to have those deep conversations in a waiting room for some stranger. You could probably get more validation on an old man who's waiting for his pills at Walmart. Well, because he's seeing things. You can, it's about validation is a connection. It is a key to a friendship. It's not just finding a relatable interest, it's a actual interest of that validation. And it's not because, oh, you have a same interest. It can be, this guy's an interesting person. Let me take the time to know them. The time spent to validate shows the worth of your validation. Not through money, not through comments. And it all goes down to spending the time to know the person and a general interest. Take the time, especially for those trying to build a friendship. Thinking like, oh yeah, we're friends. A little update. You become sad when you stop hanging out with them. So you stop your validations. Yeah. It's a continuous thing. You don't want a dead end. And what I mean by update is that you're going to have to consistently grow together, not grow apart. because of some friendship from their validation that has expired. It's a matter of moving on. After all, if you further connect, you can bring up the memories of your connections. If you built a kinship of those validation by validating your friendship with that person. And then you can say, yeah, I remember when we did this. But if it's like, that's all the memories was? This is all I remember I did with this person? You don't have enough validation to say it's valid. So, what do you do? Let's go back to the friendship that grew apart. It's expired. Don't get too much headache. You don't want many people in this world. I mean, if you seek validation, everybody has a worth. You just have to find someone who would take the time for the worth of you. After all, if we don't matter, what's the matter? If even we have things that are going on that make things rough, how do we feel validated? We measure it up to ourselves. After all, there's a video about self-worth, and that's all determines on you. You who needs to actually validate your own self. Your self-worth. So you know yourself, you know what you want to be validated. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Until next time, comment below. Subscribe. Leave a like. A thumbs up. Means need to continue. I figured I'd make another one. I just want to talk about validations and try to do nifty camera tricks. Anyway, until next time, bye-bye.